Hey, this is Oliver. Welcome to our new short tutorial. We built a preset because we are working on a new project for our customer Warrior, and they come up with a few photos and we give them some style here. As you see, we do those flickering here, those line style artwork here, and this is very static. I mean, I have a picture, everything is flickering, everything looks dynamic and modern, but the picture stays here. I want to give them some shakiness, and yeah, we use Platoon for that, and we got some very extreme cool and handy results. Let me show you this. So I go to Layer, New Solid, and I call that Slider. I hit OK, and I drag the preset Platoon slider onto this solid, and immediately it starts moving the picture around, which is very cool. Let me first, as you see, we have the green background here. We are piping the image information from this footage, from this pre-composition, into the solid layer. And of course, we can go to our transform settings within the Platoon plugin and switch them from single to, let's say, mirrored. And you will see it mirrors perfectly. So no green background, nothing is here. And let's play with the slider controls. Here we have a offset speed. And let's bring this to, let's say, 3, and you will see it shakes much faster. Okay? Quite cool. So let's do a quick animation. So we are going to 1, hit the stopwatch, go to frame 30. We will crank this up to, let's say, 4. Go to frame 40. Give him a 5 to make it extreme fast within 1 second, and then within the next 10 seconds we go back to 1. So we have a cool push of the speed. So let's have a look. This is the preset, and now we're coming in the range here. It goes fast, 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 and it slows down. So let's play this in real time. So this is the result. See that? It's very, very fast, very handy, very cool, very simple. You can keyframe that as you like. And the next thing is you have a zoom control. It means each time it flickers, we get a randomness in zoom. So here we go. So if you increase this, you will have more zoom or less zoom, which, because this is tiled, let's bring this down to, let's say, 70, and you will see that also looks very cool. So we are zooming from 100 down to 75 and the other way around. So this is also very cool, very handy. And of course you can animate those slider controls. There's no problem, so you can do this. Here, this is what it looks like. Also very cool. You have control over the offset width. That means how many pixels you like to offset that. If we increase that, you will see what I mean. So here we go to, let's say, 3500 nearly, and it goes way more to the left and the right. And we bring this back to 2000, and of course you have a up-down control, so you can positionize your footage, and it's also animatable. So this is the preset, and the same thing here. We have a footage, a movie clip, and we have this guy welding, whatever he is welding, I have no idea, but same behavior. We go to Layer, New Solid, we call that Slide, drag in the Platoon slider, go into the transform settings, switch to mirrored, and of course we'd like to pipe this information into our solid. And let's bring the zoom. First of all, let's have a look. This is the basic footage. You see that? This is the basic. The guy is welding. Nothing has happened very spectacular. And let's have a look at our preset. We bring the zoom to 300. And let's animate the slider from 1 to, let's say, 5, and back to 0, and again to 1, which is basic. So here we go. Let's have a look. A few keyframes we set there, and this is the result, which is extremely dynamic and a huge time saver. Imagine what you have to do if you want to do this manually, and it's playing nearly real time. So here we have the real time results. So this is I like this preset so much, really. It's perfect. It's a huge time saver. So let's go a little bit in depth. So let's have a look into this footage, what we did here and what we built here. So first of all is the first thing was a little bit of Photoshop artwork. So we're just grabbing the pen tool and drawing a few pictures. And let me rebuild this from scratch. So this is our lady with the racket in her hand. And the first thing is we had a black solid and we have Platoon onto that, and we are piping 4 images. We have 4 images of line style art. Let me first undo here the swap texture. Here we go, so you can see what I do. So here we have the hair. The next one is the body and the hashtag. The next one is the cap and the right arm. And the last one is the racket and this little arrow here. So we have these 4 images. And what Platoon does is it pipes that on top of the girl. And yeah, if we have a function called texture swap. If we do this active, we can set a frequency, and within this frequency it swaps every image inside of this folder. Okay, so if we increase that to, let's say, frequency very high, 22, so it swaps 22 images around the girl within the second. So it randomly switched this and we got this effect. Okay, you see on a few frames there's nothing, and this is because we have the flicker on, and this is the same thing. If the flicker is active, it flickers the footage on top of that. If we uncheck this, you will see we have a perfect switch of our line styles here, and that's how we build these effect. Okay, make the flicker back active. And the second effect is this glitch effect. And this is simply done by activating the glitch, and I mean that's mainly it. So it glitches this around. You see that here. So we got this glitching thing, it swaps the textures, and this is how we achieve this effect. And of course, if the colors did not fit to your design, in general you're glitching in RGB, but you can change these colors to, let's say, let's pick some of this shirt texture here, and the green one, we like to have some reddish of this racket here, and for the blue one, let's take a texture from the cap, and here we go. So now it's perfectly stylized into the colors of your design, and this is how we built this thing. And as I said on the beginning, let's talk about a few things for expressions. In our Platoon preset, we have a few expressions to achieve this effect. And if you don't use Platoon but like to learn a little bit of expressions, this could be a bit handy or helpful for you. So we go to our effect settings, and let me explain the expressions we use. And let's come to our transform settings, and here we have the expression in the offset. Here we go, and this is the expression. Let me bring this all the way up so we can see what's going on here. So first of all is we set a string for a that causes var a equals, and then math round and the volume of our speed slider, offset speed slider. Okay, so that means if the slider is something around 3, or 3.70, it will round that and holds the level 4. So everything until 3.49 is rounded up to 4. Everything beneath it is rounded down to 3. And so in this case, we only have full values. And that's very important for this effect, because we like the expression to look only on a few frames to the expression. And this is what posterized time does. So we say posterized time and input the value of A, which is a complete full number, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nothing with comma or whatever. So we say right now, dear expression, please have a look at this expression only 4 times a second. Okay? So if you go to 1, let's set the slider here, let's undo this to showcase you that. We do this to 1. So that means, dear expression, only look at this expression once a second. So that means we go all the way to 25 seconds, and now we have the look. Here we have it. And now it starts moving. And the next second. And so on and so on. You got it? So if we put here a value of 2, we will go 2 times a second. So that means here at 10:12 first, 25 second, and so we speed things up. If you go, let's say 25 times, means every frame, so we will have, I go by picture, you will have every frame a variation of this. So you can speed that up. Okay, so this is what this first expression does. So we rounded each comma value to a full number and pipe that into our posterized time. And then we have, of course, for x and y some variations, and we say an x, it's random 0, comma the value of your offset width slider. Okay, so in this case 2000. And for the variation y, we have the effect up-down slider. In our case, it's 500. And then please pipe these values into x and y. And this is what this expression does. Okay? The same, or very similar to this, we have the expression the scale. As you remember, we have also a switching the zoom, and let's go to the scale expression, and if we click here, we have the same thing. We only like to have full values for the posterized time, so we have again var a equals math.round, and then the effect of the offset speed, and then we have posterized time a, which is the value of the slider, and then we have random 100, comma the effect of the zoom slider. So that means you can zoom this up and downwards. So this is what this expression does. Okay? Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you like, you can go to aescripts.com and search for Platoon, and then you will find Platoon. You can download a trial version of this, and the trial version comes with all the presets, so you can figure out if this is a preset for you, if you like if this is handy for you. And yeah, if you don't see here version 2.0, which is important, the version 2.0 is 1 week for release, so we are on version 2.0. That's important. And if you like to have or test version 2.0, please leave me a message in the comments below here, and I will send you everything you need to get the original or the new version in a beta, to follow this tutorial and to check out what this plugin can do for you. Hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, hope you think this is also a very handy feature. Let me know this. Looking forward to every comment. See you in the next video. Bye.